You are going to love today's conversation. I have an interesting and exciting topic for you. We are going to talk about large business credit cards for poor or fair credit. And I'm going to compare and contrast four cards. We have Capital One Spark Classic, Brex Corporate Card, Wells Fargo Secured Credit Card, and TD Business Solutions Card. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great and blessed as I am, go grab a cup of coffee, or tea, or vodka, and let's roll. In today's convo, I want to talk to you about large business credit cards for poor or fair credit. And we're going to compare and contrast Capital One Spark Classic, Brex Corporate Card, Wells Fargo Secured Card, and TD Business Solutions Card. Before I actually compare and contrast, I want to lay the foundation for today's conversation. If you are out there, you are a business owner, and you have poor or fair credit, there are a couple of things you need to think about before choosing a card that works for you and your business. You have to think about a card that looks at your credit score, not only at the personal level, but also at the business level. Why? Because then if you make a progress in one field, in one area, you can reap the benefits of that progress, right? And you also have to think about the types of credit card issuers that are out there that actually cater to the specific population of business owners with fair or poor credit. We have big banks, we have fintech issuers, and we have credit unions. Which one does work for you? Are you looking for a secured card or unsecured credit card? Each type has its own pros and cons. So in today's conversation, for example, we are going to review quickly the Wells Fargo secured credit card. It might be a secured credit card, but it does have a lot of rewards. What about the business credit cards? Are you looking for rewards, credit cards, cashback? What kind of, if any, what kind of perks are you looking for? Do you want a credit card with or without EIN? EIN standing for Employer Identification Number. And are you looking for a card that requires personal guarantee or not? Some business owners love cards that want them to pledge a personal guarantee, to pledge a personal asset. One thing I want to say here is that in today's show, we are speaking about business credit cards with no personal guarantee. Before I get into the nitty-gritty, please check out this credit card evaluation approach video. We do have a strict method on this show when it comes to categorizing, reviewing, and listing business credit cards. Check this out. All right, let's first start with the Capital One Spark Classic for Business. The cool thing here is that the recommended credit score for this card goes from a 580 to 850. So the minimum is 580. The regular APR, 26.99% variable. There's no annual fee. And we love that with this card, you can earn unlimited 1% cashback for your business on every purchase, everywhere, with no limits or category restrictions. This is fantastic, okay? There is no standard balance transfer fee for the card, and the cash advance APR is 26.99%. In terms of cash advance fee, either $10 or 3% of the amount of each cash advance, whichever is greater. In terms of eligibility, Capital One will look at your whole application, but if you have a minimum revenue of $5,000 to $10,000 per month, you will qualify. Okay, 5,000, that's gross income though. So we're looking here at 60 grand to 120 grand income minimum per year. And the pros of this card is that good credit is not required for consideration of approval. And the card also offers a simple rewards program. What about the cons? There is no bonus, and your personal credit history could be affected, even though we have spoken to at least 40 people for the last 3 years about this card. And this is a card that really will reward you even if you have poor credit. What Capital One does is they look at a constellation of factors before approving or rejecting an application. Okay, and one thing I want to say here is that this card is great for people who prefer uncomplicated rewards with a single rate for all spending. If you don't want to have an annual fee, that's kind of cool. You could want to go with this card. And if you earn a primary or side income from a small business, this is kind of cool too. One thing you need to know about when it comes to this card is that it has also the standard benefits. So you have secondary rental car insurance, travel assistance, extended warranty protection, free employee cards and customized spending limits, year-end summaries, and purchase records in multiple formats. So this is pretty good. And overall, the cardholder experience is fantastic because, at the end of the day, this is a Capital One credit card. So you actually benefits from the Capital One aura of positive customer service. Just be careful about the fees because the APR is kind of high. Now let me talk to you about the Wells Fargo Business Secured Credit Card. I just want to say that the other 3 credit cards on this show are not secured. Wells Fargo, this card is the only secured credit card. And this card is designed for businesses with little to no credit history, or the businesses who want to establish or reestablish a credit record while also earning rewards on your purchases. It offers rewards in your choice of cashback or points. So the recommended credit score here goes from 350 to 850, so from poor to excellent. Regular APR 15.15%. Annual fee, there's no annual fee. The rewards earning rates, you can earn 1.5% cashback or earn 1x points and receive 1,000 bonus points when your company spends $1,000 or more in any monthly billing period. The balance transfer fee, 4% minimum, $10 maximum, $175. The cash advance APR, 23.99%. And what about the pros and cons here? The pros, you have a flexible reward structure and there is no foreign transaction fee. In terms of the cons, the annual fee applies to every card issued. You have minimal benefits and your credit must be secured. In other words, you have to actually deposit the money for which Wells Fargo will issue the card. This card is kind of interesting because if you have bad or poor credit, if you have bad or fair credit rather, and you're trying to quickly rebuild your credit, Wells Fargo is a great choice because they review your responsible use of the card after they do this occasionally, and after 3 to 6 months, they can review you for a possible upgrade. And once you get upgraded into an unsecured credit card, you reap the whole set of benefits that comes with the Wells Fargo business credit card. So this is really, really good. And one thing I also want to see here is that you do have some standard benefits from Wells Fargo. You have zero liability protection, business spending reporting. In terms of minimum eligibility requirements, they want you to have at least $10,000 in sales, that's gross, every month. So that's $120 a year, and the minimum operational history, six months. Okay, so this is pretty interesting, and we also love the fact that Wells Fargo is known for its friendly customer service, and they're available 24/7. Now I want to talk to you about the Brex corporate card. Folks, we are still comparing and contrasting Spark Classic, Brex, TD Business, and Wells Fargo Secured, okay? And we are talking about high limits business credit cards for poor or fair credit. And when you think about the Brex corporate card, I want you to think about a constellation of rewards. let's just quickly go through the pros and cons here. The pros: there's no annual fee, new cardholder bonus offer. You can qualify with limited or bad credit or no credit for that matter. They have bonus categories, no foreign transaction fees, no personal guarantee. What about the cons? They do have a complicated rewards ecosystem. There's no intro APR and there's no revolving balance. In other words, you have this is a charge card. You need to repay the full balance at the end of the month. This is very important. Okay, now Brex card has recently diversified things. So the Brex card comes in two varieties. One that must be paid off daily and one that lets you pay off once a month. So you'll be able to choose between these options when you apply for a Brex card, pending Brex's approval. And Brex determines an applicant's creditworthiness by evaluating the company's cash balance, spending patterns, and investors instead of the business owner's personal credit score. So if you have bad or fair credit, it doesn't really matter. They are paying attention to the business's financials. Okay, so this screening method can make the Brex card a good choice for entrepreneurs who have little to no credit history or bad credit history, right? And this could be anybody from recent graduates or founders who are new to the United States, all the way to folks who have filed for bankruptcy recently. What are the key features here? The key features lie in the rewards system. So you have 7 points per dollar spent on ride shares and taxis, 4 points per dollar on travel booked through the Brex portal, 3 points per dollar on all eligible Apple purchases through the link or Brex dashboard, 2 points per dollar on recurring software expenses, 1 point per dollar on all other purchases. And one thing we love with the Brex card overall is that you really need no personal guarantee. There are some drawbacks though. You need a minimum of $50,000 in the bank to qualify for monthly repayments, maybe more. And your credit limits can fall with your company's cash flow. There's no 0% intro APR and you have automatic debiting. Okay, and again, you have to think about the fact that the Brex card has limited travel perks. So it's all about where you are. So you should get the Brex card if you're unable or unwilling to have a line of business credit in your name, and you don't have other options. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. We are still comparing and contrasting high limits business credit cards for poor or fair credit. And we are comparing Spark Classic from Capital One to Brex to TD Business Solutions and Wells Fargo Secure Credit Card. I want to talk to you now about the TD Business Solutions Credit Card. And this is a card that allows you to earn 2% cashback rewards, okay? And the regular purchase APR 13.99%. 18.99% or 23.99% variable. The balance transfer APR, you have 14%, 19% or 24%. The cash advance APR, 25.24% based on the prime rate. This is variable based on the prime rate. There's no annual fee, and the credit needed goes from excellent to good. But if you have a TD Bank MPR, you can qualify for this credit card, even if you have bad or fair credit. So a TD Bank MPR stands for a TD Bank multi-product relationship. So you need to have a checking account, savings account, and or a money market account or a certificate of deposit or an investment account. Okay. We love the fact that this card is kind of cool because it has a lot of rewards. For example, you can earn $250 cash back when you spend $1,500 in eligible purchases within the first 90 days. You can earn 1% cash back on purchases, and you can earn an additional 1% back when you redeem into an eligible TD Bank deposit account. And there is no annual fee. This is kind of cool, okay? And one thing I want to say here is that the TD Business Solution Card is a solid everyday earner. And this is a card that will qualify you if you have a minimum of $10,000 a month. This is business revenue, gross business revenue, okay? And we're talking about the personal FICO score that goes as low as a 500, Again, you need to have the MPR with TD Bank. And we love the fact that if you're able to present, like, let's say you have the MPR relationship with TD Bank, and you're able to actually prepare a solid application, you can qualify for this credit card. One thing I want to say before closing here is that you need to actually apply at the nearest TD Bank branch. Of course, you can apply online if you want to, but we definitely recommend that people apply for this credit card at a branch. So folks, here you have it. We have actually compared and contrasted those four players. Now we have a decision time. Which one should you choose? Which card should you choose? So remember, we have compared and contrasted four business credit cards, high limit business credit cards for fair or poor credit: Spark Classic, Brex, TD Business, and Wells Fargo Secured. The decision will hinge on your current bank. Do you currently bank with TD Business, with TD Bank or Capital One or Wells Fargo? If you do, then it's a lot better just to talk to the bank you currently, where you currently have an account, because they already have your transactional history in mind. They know exactly what goes on in and out. They could be more likely to approve you, even if you have poor or fair credit, because this kind of cards, the way they're set up, they pay more attention to the business instead of the personal affairs of the owner. You also have to think about the requirement in terms of business credit score and personal credit score. One thing I've said so far is that you need to know exactly what kind of credit score you have personally and also at the business level. Do you have an idea? This is one of the reasons why we always say you want to talk to the bank before applying. You don't want to apply on the internet. You want to talk to someone before applying. What is your budget? What are your spend patterns? What categories does your business spend more in? Are you looking for a rewards credit card? Are you looking for cashback credit cards? What kind of cards are you looking for? Does it matter if you have a sophisticated suite of reporting tools? Do you want to have employee cost management tracking tools, for example? Those are things you need to be thinking about, because when we talk about technology, for example, the Brex corporate card has a suite of advanced technological tools that maybe a Wells Fargo or a Capital One may not have, but it's all about what really works for you. So you also need to think about the industry you're in. Which bank is friendlier? Which credit card issuer is friendlier to your industry? Okay, because you have to understand all those credit card issuers, whether they're traditional big banks or fintech companies, they pay attention to the macro in your industry, sort of have an idea of what's going on in terms of cycles, in terms of the overall economy. They pay attention to that. All right, folks, after comparing and contrasting Spark Classic, Brex, TD Business, and Wells Fargo Secured, our pick is the Brex corporate card. We have scored the Brex corporate card 9.5 over 10. The TD Business Solutions card 9 over 10. The Capital One Spark Classic for Business 8.5 over 10. And the Wells Fargo Business Secured Credit Card 8 over 10. Thank you so much for your attention, folks. I really appreciate it. I will see you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.